Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning edition. Yes, right. Not late night. We are here. Yes, absolutely here this morning. This is Encounters. It's about 9:16 a.m. We'll be on here to about 10:15. This will be like a 1 hour show today. At nighttime, we do like a 2 hour program. So we're going to be doing like a 1 hour show this morning. So you've been like lounging around on TikTok, wondering if there's anything that's really good to watch. And at least now you've got encounters. So every once in a while, we like to kind of surprise people and come on during the day. So on here this morning, good to have you all with us. Any of the shows that we've done the last night or two or three, those shows will be on our YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Hey, April, good to see you. I'm the host of WESU-FM's NPR Pacifica radio program. It's called The Cosmic Eye. I've been on there for 21 years, and it's an Ashtar Command related show. And then, of course, here is my usual show on late night at 11 o'clock, most nights at 11, with Encounters. This is a spiritual UFO talk show. We get into interviewing people that have been contactees. We've helped people that have been abducted, from stopping them from being abducted. We're about disclosure, busting the matrix, busting belief systems on Earth, and we do bust them. So we take limited belief systems and we just break them up organically. And we got our apple cider here. So we're glad to have you with us. Alexa, play some ambient meditation music. Let's see if she's going to respond. Alexa, can you hear me? She's not responding. Let me see here. She should respond. Anyway, Alexa, play some ambient meditation music.
Playing ambient meditation music on Amazon Music.
Let's see how loud it is. Alexa, bring up the volume. Alexa, bring up the volume. There we go. So welcome to the show. This is CmdrAleon. If you're just tuning in and you've never seen us before, that's a good thing. If you've never seen us before, you're now going to be hooked onto a show that is definitely into talking about the subject of disclosure, talking about the star people, which are definitely coming to Earth. We get into all of that stuff. We get into the mer people. The mer people talk about the fairies. We talk about the Bigfoot in a positive way. So we get into all of these things, brothers and sisters. And a little bit of background for new people, because I know there are new people that are watching this for the first time. I never assume anything. So I come from Mars originally. I am definitely human like anyone else here. I enjoy the human life. I'm a starseed, and the way I define starseed is that I chose to come here into a human existence with a human family, and therefore I came with the essence of who I was when I was on the spaceship. And my consciousness is both human, excuse me, human and not human. So what do I mean by that? I'll define it. My consciousness is a cosmic consciousness, a human consciousness, a Christ consciousness. I work within the Ashtar Command realm, so I am very much Ashtar Command. If you've never heard of the Ashtar Command, they are, and we are, the galactic forces of light, representing every aspect of positivity. And there are many, many planetary systems involved, what we call Ashtar Command, right? So I'm very much a part of that. I came here to bust the matrix. Now, as a kid growing up in the 60s, I didn't know anything about busting the matrix. I just knew that I was a kid. I'd have friends. I did the same thing anyone else did, went to school, read the textbooks, graduated from college, did all that stuff. But as I got older, I remembered who I was. And when I was a kid, for new people, I had my first encounter with men and women on a spaceship who wore light blue outfits, uniforms. They were tall, very loving, telepathic beings of light, and just like us, just taller human beings, very much loving people. And they appeared one night. I went upstairs and they were outside in the cul-de-sac of my court, with their ship, and I was watching them. And then I went back down to try to get my parents and my brother to come up. They wouldn't come up. So that story, which you've never probably heard if you're new, is that was my beginning of things happening. And again, I was preteen. And then I had a lot of spaceship sightings growing up, mostly smaller ships. I've seen bell-shaped ships in the 60s that were, I think, Venusian. And in the 80s, I saw 2 big spaceships that were 2 football fields in length when I was, and I was DJing in a club here in Connecticut doing roots reggae music albums like Bob Marley, setting up my stuff for the weekend. Come out to into the shopping plaza right before a wooded area and hills, and there was this big spaceship about 1,000 feet above a condo complex somewhere in that area in the 1980s when this happened. And I sat there in my little Ford Tiempo for 35 minutes watching the spaceship. I watched it, and it was spinning slowly, and it had all kinds of really weird lighting, tubular bottoms that connected to a center. And I remembered everything about this ship. I never forgot anything about the details of this spaceship. And it just was there, and then the next thing you know, it shoots out 2 balls of light, and behind the lights, these little balls of light, is geometry, and it's showing me all this geometry in the sky above the shopping center. It's like shooting all these lines all over the place, and I was watching it, and that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. And this ship, was huge. I can only imagine what the inside of it was like, Debate says, did God make them too? God created all life forms. All of the space people were created by God. People don't realize on Earth we have different perceptions and distortions about God, but in the universe, God is universal. God is love. God is light. God is the creation of all and everything in the multiverse. What happens after the creation, that's another thing. But yeah. So people have to realize when people start thinking that other beings created other beings, you're going in the wrong direction. If you look at God universally, God created all the different beings, all the different people, the Palladians, the Lyrians, all the different beings were created by one specific God. You see, on Earth we miss that point. Everyone it's amazing over the years on YouTube and on TikTok how many people get so involved in thinking that one specific group of ETs created the whole human race. It's not that way it works. Those beings were created by God. Everything, all the animals, all the marine life, everything was created by God. All the planets, I always like to say one thing: there's never an ending, there's no beginning. There's no ending, there's no beginning. What does that mean? That means everything just is. People have to get out of their heads about, who they think created all of the human beings, because you're missing the point. You see, there's websites where there are people that their agenda is to say, well, this little group of people created all the human beings. It's not true, because all life forms were created by God. I'm not using the Earth definitions of God. I'm giving you the galactic understanding of God. The galactic understanding of God is way bigger than people's little perceptions of who God is, So the first thing you need to know is we were not created by other extraterrestrial beings, because all those extraterrestrial beings were originally created by the same God that created human beings. Breaking news, I hate to burst somebody's bubble out there. God created everything. That's it. It's very simple. What gets complicated is when people try to say that one specific group of beings created this other group of beings, which created this other group of beings, when in fact, life was created by the source of the creator in the universe. Right? Because when it gets to the ET things and human beings, there's all these different agendas about who created us, right? And it gets a little bit muddy. But I don't care. I bust the matrix every day, and I'm going to bust those matrices right now. The creation of all life forms was created by one beautiful creator. Okay? Not multiple creators, one creator. Some people are gonna have that a hard thing to kind of digest, but digest it, because I'm gonna bust that other matrix, which is a limitation of who created us. It's just as bad as the whole thing with the textbooks and what you were taught in school about science, about space, about all this other stuff that is all limited. You got to break out of it. You know what I mean? So as you get used to my show, you're going to find out that this is what I do here. I challenge people's belief systems. I always do. I didn't come from here. I came from the Ashtar Command. I came from Mars, a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants that are human, loving people. So I'm even going to bust that matrix of perceptions about who is Mars, what is Mars, where is Mars, who lives on Mars, right? I don't go to the websites looking for information who created God or who created this or who created that. I don't need to. I'm fully activated, motivated, and that's where I come in when I do my talk show, my radio show for 21 years. I've interviewed all kinds of people. You see, I'm just going to come out here and say it like it is. I'm not going to hover around the subject. I'm not going to hover this way, that way, the other way. You know, if you watch my show long enough, you're going to get used to what I do. And I love interviewing people. I'll ask them questions. I've helped people that have been abducted, and we've stopped the negative ETs from abducting them. Okay? I work with the levels of the Ashtar Command when we send ships to people's locations, and we've actually captured these negative ETs and sent them away off planet. You're saying, how can somebody do that? I can do that. Okay? I don't have like a crystal ball. I don't have pendulums. I don't have neon lights behind me here. None of that stuff. I don't do rituals. I'm not running around doing any, hey, thank you so much for the hat. So much. Thank you. Thank you again for the hat. We appreciate it. You're going to find very clearly when you watch my show, and the reason why it's so popular on this particular medium called TikTok, especially my nighttime show, is because I tell people the truth. I disclose cosmic information. I don't have to wait for the Pentagon to tell me the truth with some videos that are 15 years old. And they say, here's a video of a UAP. And the Air Force pilot took the video, and it's called a Tic Tac. And this is our disclosure to you, this little Tic Tac video on a video, right? By Air Force jet pilots. Now the Pentagon has done nothing to tell the truth. They created this website. They have an internal UFO organization within the Pentagon, and they're absolutely doing nothing, nada. There's nothing coming out on U.S. news media or world news media about the Pentagon's UFO group. I've been on that website. I've not seen anything showing us any updated month-to-month or daily information coming from the Pentagon. You want disclosure? You want the truth? Come to this show. You'll find it. The people that come on my show that disclose information, their sighting reports, the people that have been having contact with star people, the people that have been abducted, that's disclosure. That's reality. That's the truth. When you have that kind of discussion, which the Pentagon is not willing to have, that's disclosure. That's why we are the most popular spiritual UFO show here on social media. And we're not like any other TikTok. We don't go having arguments. We don't go bumping heads. We don't talk about flat earth, round earth, square earth, or a pencil-shaped earth. We don't waste our energy on people arguing with each other here. I'm a professional at what I do because I've been on radio. I took my radio concept here. My friends pushed me to go on to TikTok back in 2022. I came on in 2023. And it's the best thing I did. And I found out there were actually real, mature people on here, human beings who were adults, not just kids. Hey, Austin, good to see you. Please follow each other. Please, show your likes. We're at 4.8. If you tap the screen, you will increase the likes. Wherever, we're only going to be on for about an hour until about 10:15. So. But in the evening, we do our show, which is very popular at night. We have over usually 200 people easily. As an average, 250, sometimes 300. I wish you could sit down with you and tell you my story. You're a widow like Troy. I wish I could sit down with you and tell you my story. Is it an ET related story? You're a weirdo like Troy? Can you tell me? The men in black, Lacey, were people working with our government, and some of them were government, to try to scare people back in the day in the 60s and 70s. They're not too much, you don't hear about them too much anymore. But their whole thing was to scare people from sharing what they were seeing, be a spaceship or whatever. They didn't want people to, it was like they didn't want people to tell the truth. So there's a history of them from the 1950s, 60s, 70s, maybe early 80s. You don't hear too much about them anymore. I'm interested, though. You're a weirdo like Troy. Can you tell me a little bit about your story, like briefly on a sentence? Is it ET related? If it is, I'll bring you up here and you come on my show. Oh, you're welcome, Lacey. And you're watching this morning Encounters. We're not usually on in the morning during the day, but you're watching the most popular spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Forget all the other garbage on TikTok. Come on in here, have a seat. We have studios all over the world. Take a seat, relax. Grand Rising, Luke, good to see you. Welcome everybody, all the brothers and sisters coming in here. We welcome everybody. We see you. We acknowledge that you're all here. We don't ignore people. Hey, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. I've never seen that before. That's pretty wild. Thank you so much. Anastasia, thank you. I this morning I was looking at some TikTok stuff to see if there's anything remotely interesting for me to look at, and I didn't find too much. So I said to myself, you know what? I need to come on here this morning and do my show this morning, because people feel probably the same way I do. There's a lot of garbage out there. I need to come on in here and do my show. Jeff, thank you for the question. Fallen angels, reptilians? They're not. There's no such thing as reptilians being fallen angels. Reptilians are a race of beings that have done things like the Zeta, many of them working with our government over 70 years to do things that were not of the light. They weren't of the positive areas. So great question. But no, reptilians aren't fallen angels. No. There's no connection to that. They're just the reptilians are a race of beings, just like the Zeta Reticuli system beings or Zeta. They're just beings that come from other planets that were not of a higher vibrational frequency. And there's no kind of overlords controlling them. They do their thing. And the truth of the matter is they're being now rounded up. Within the Ashtar Command, we are rounding up many of them. All the negative beings are basically that were involved with our government are being rounded up. They're being found. They're hiding in some places around the planet, but they are being found. And they are being taken off planet. Yeah, some of them do live inside the Earth. They do. Some of them do. But they'll be found, and they're going to be taken off the planet. Yeah, reptilians. So the reptilians are being found, just like some of the Zeta that were involved in abductions. They're all going to be taken off the planet. When I help people, if you watch some of my shows that have been abducted, we've gone after the reptilians, and we have captured them, meaning quarantined them. They get interrogated by the command, and they are taken off planet. And I will certainly answer your questions, which I'm glad to answer questions here, because I know the information. I've been involved in this subject for a lot of years, probably more than some, depending whatever decade you were born. I've been activated since I was a kid. Okay? I'm not like somebody looking for answers or somebody that has to learn something. I'm always learning something. But when it comes to this whole thing about spiritual UFO subjects, I know a lot of stuff. Let's see. I'm not sure what this person's all about. Randy Korn, what's that all about? Yet you remain doubtful. Now, I'm not sure if Randy understands what we're doing or whether he's a skeptic. We're going to find out in a moment whether Randy's going to be here or not, depending what's going to happen with him, man. The fifth dimension will vibrate slower and time will feel longer. So off planet, when you're off planet, the space people, my brothers and sisters, my star family, there is no time. On Earth, we have watches. Everything is based on time, right? But on Earth, off planet Earth, there is no time. So when I go off, if I go off planet, I can be away from Earth for a month and be back in 1 hour. Now, for some human beings, they're saying, how could that be possible? Well, if you get out of your 3D mind thinking and expand your consciousness, that's the way it works. So when you're off planet, there is no time. When you're on planet, everything revolves around time. What time am I going to work? We have to go lunch. We're going to a wedding. Everything is based on time. Okay? Lexi says, after my grandpa told me saw a UFO, I have been researching ever since. Good, Lexi. And you found the right show. My show's on at 11 o'clock at night mostly. So people that might see me once in a while in the morning, you want to watch me at 11 o'clock. That's where my big audience is. We usually have like over 200 plus people on that show. Alexa, lower the volume. Welcome everybody coming in. I know there's a lot of new people here just seeing me for the first time, so I am not new to TikTok. I do a nighttime show called Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, and it is a show. It's not just a TikTok person getting on here yelling and screaming and all that jazz. I do an actual show here. And the one thing I will do, I will challenge skeptics. I will actually, in a loving way, tear the skeptics' belief systems right down to the core. So if you're a skeptic and you're on here, watch out, because I will not hesitate to tear your matrix down. I will do it. Let's see here. Hey, Courtney, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Everyone follow everybody else. I'm a true believer that we all help each other and everyone should uplift everybody. And that's the thing about my show. I uplift a lot of people. Can I send you a video from last Tuesday, Something in the Sky? Christine, let's do this. One better. You can send me a video. I want to bring you on here to talk about it. So I do interviews on my show. If you are willing to come up, you can be a guest on the show right now. Just press the accept. We'll have you on. We want to talk about your sighting. And you can send me a video to CmdrAleon@AOL.com. That's my email address for the show. Once I get your video, I'll definitely review it. I also have my YouTube channel, which is really big, Ash Trucker Man Spaceship News. All my encounter shows that are recorded from night time are on that channel. So Christine, would you like to come up and be a guest, my first guest for the morning? We'd love to have you on here. Don't be shy. Everything's good if you come up here. Press the multi-guest request button there and you can come on my show. If anyone else has had any encounters, if you've had visitations by positive star people or space people, real physical interaction, I want to hear your story this morning. If you've been abducted, I want to help you. I can help stop the abductions. So if you've had that experience, don't be afraid to come forward about it. I know with 163 people on here, I'm absolutely certain there are people that have had experiences. There's no way with this many people, no one's had an experience. And if you're just trying to figure out what I do here before you do anything, I can tell you it's all going to be positive. I don't tear people down. I'm not a skeptic. I'm a person that has been a contactee since the 60s. I've seen many, many spaceships. So you're coming on a show where somebody can relate to what you're talking about, and you can come and bring out what you know. So we'd love to hear your stories. And I'm pretty sure there are people out here. Oh, you're shy? Don't be shy. You don't have to come on camera. So Christine, if you come on, you can come on and just talk about it. You don't have to come on camera whatsoever. I guarantee you, I've had a lot of shy people come up here. I will treat you with honor and dignity, and it'll be the best thing ever. You're going to feel great afterwards. I'd love to hear your story. So don't be shy. The commander will just let you do the audio part. You don't have to come on live camera, just the audio. So if you accept the guest request, I'll bring you on right now. And I'd love to hear the story about the video recording of your UFO sighting. Aware taste, I saw one 222 with orange lights. Let's see. Olivia says, I've had a telepathic download about 7 years ago. Let's see here. So we're going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm very, very spontaneous. I'm going to go with Olivia first, and then I'm going to pick somebody else out. Olivia, if you change your setting, go in and change your setting to public. You're set to private. Olivia, if you'd like to come on my show, I'd love to hear your story. You have to set your setting to public. So if you do that, you come out and come back in. Change the setting to public, and we can actually do an interview with you, Olivia. And Aware Trey, I think Tay says, I saw one in 2022 with orange lights. I'm reading comments. I want to see how many people have stories to tell here. I know probably plenty of you do. How anybody here have any direct encounters with space people? Don't be shy about it. Have you had any encounters in your life with star people, people from other worlds? Okay, Olivia's coming on. Thank you, Olivia. First guest. And welcome to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Let me put my headphones on. Let's see here. We're going to do this right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I guess my headphones need to be charged up. Oh, no, I don't. I got them hooked up here. So it's good to have you on the show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Good. And whereabouts are you located?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, great. Nice to have you with us. And tell us about your story and what happened and how it all started.
Yeah, well, it really all started when I just had this urge to kind of figure out what was going on well after we pass, and so I started looking at all these near death experiences and things like these, and then all of a sudden I just kind of had like this spiritual awakening. Well, for the next 2 weeks after that, I had a bunch of weird things happen to me. Like I was riding down the road, and I was being pushed down by gravity into my seat,
Mm,
where I could
mm,
not lift myself up. It was just pushing me down. That was one thing that happened. Another thing that happened to me was I was out at my friend's house. I was waiting for her to return to the house. And I was, locked out of her house. So
mm,
it was out in the country, and I was just looking out into the sky, and I saw all of these stars moving, and they were just
mm,
so down close to me, like I was there out in
mm-hmm,
space.
mm-hmm.
And that was just mind blowing to me. I'm still trying to make sure I'm not crazy.
You're not
Um,
crazy. Go ahead.
and then another thing that happened to me was, and I feel like this has to do kind of maybe with like DMT and our naturally in our brains, but
Mm-hmm.
I there was an artificial flower in my home, and I was laying down in bed, and I looked over and I saw my flower, and it was just like moving, just spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And then another time, it was a couple days later, I was riding in the car, and I had just an automatic download, almost like
Mm-hmm.
of the aliens were real, we're here, and we're here to like help and guide me, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just started crying like immediately. It was just the
Mm.
craziest thing that I had ever experienced in my life. And so with that knowledge that I had obtained, I knew that if somebody gave me $1 million, I wouldn't release it or give it to
Right.
them. And so I
Right.
knew that that's how real that was. Yeah,
Wow.
it was
And
insane.
did you get any indication, like visually, what the space people looked like? It sounds like you had a real beautiful contact experience with your star family
Yeah.
initially. So have they like revealed themselves? Like I have a friend in Vermont
Mhm.
and myself. And maybe people don't know the story, I should probably tell it. But we met last year when I came on TikTok and created my show. She was a guest. She was, kind of shy, came on my show and found out that not only were we connected like a brother and sister, but she was being taken. She lives in northern Vermont near the Canadian border, and she's
Mhm.
been taken on an Ashtar Command spaceship over 30 plus times now. And there's a
Wow.
whole thing about this. So when I hear about your story, I think it's very beautiful that
Yeah.
because and we found out that my non-biological cosmic family was on the same ship her family was on. So I have two sisters and a brother, and a father and a mother on a spaceship. And
Mhm.
this is real. And she's, we're getting. There's a whole story behind this, but I'm more interested in your story right now in terms of, did you see what they looked like? Did you get any communications as to names of who they are? There's definitely a
No,
connection.
I didn't get any of that, and I feel like I'm scared. Like I feel like my fear kind of holds me back from being
Hmm.
able to see them because I
Hmm.
feel like if I was to actually see something, I would probably like pass out.
Hmm.
But I feel like I definitely got what I needed at the time, and
Yeah.
I'm just kind of trying to still work my way up to inviting them so that I can actually see
Well, so
them.
so let me ask you a question. This is a
Mhm.
different thing. I'm very activated. I've been
Mhm.
given abilities to do different things from the command because I come from off planet. I work
Mhm.
with the Christed beings of light and since I was a kid. So I'd like to do something for you that would be very, very beautiful. I'd
Okay.
like to take the fear away from you
Okay.
right now on the show.
All right.
Would you like to be able to go forward without being in fear?
Yes, I really do want to. I think I'm ready because I've just been petrified because I feel like I think they won't show
Yes.
themselves. I'll fall out.
Yeah, they don't want you to be afraid of them. The last thing the star people want you to do is close
Mhm.
the door on their face. So I'd like to do something beautiful for you on my show. I'm
Okay.
going to ask you to do something here, and I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And when you close your eyes, I want you to breathe in and release through your nostrils about 3 or 4 times, and just until you're relaxed. You can do it as many times as you want. I want to get your whole consciousness relaxed right now. And for people watching this show, what I'm going to do, I can actually do. There's no hocus pocus. I don't have pendulums or anything. I'm not playing games. I'm going to do something beautiful for for Olivia. When you feel relaxed, let me know, Olivia.
Okay. I'm relaxed.
Okay. So this is going to be slightly different than I normally do. I'm going to send a spaceship over your location now for a whole different way of doing things here. I've helped abductees. I've worked in other levels, but this is going to be a different situation. So we're sending a ship about 20,000 feet above the location right now. It's going to be cloaked. It won't be detected by any Earth-based military radar whatsoever. We're going to send 3 of our space people to you. These are men and women. They're human like us. They're about 7 to 8 feet tall. And these are people that work in the field of the medical areas and other areas. I want you to relax. They're able to break down the molecular structure of a physical wall or something like that. They are very, very spiritual beings of light. In a nanosecond, 3 of them will be in whatever physical you're in. You're not going to feel any negativity. They're pure love, as to our command. This is the first time I've done this with a person that wants to connect but is afraid to connect with their star family. They're going to work on your fear. By the time we're done, you're going to have no more fear or hesitation. You also have a better discernment. So they're working specifically on your brain and on your consciousness. In a moment, there are 2 women and one man, and the woman will be actually touching your forehead. When they do that, you're going to feel like you probably will feel an energy of the three of them there. You'll feel a warm energy coming through in the room. It's a very light energy, and they are there now. So if you relax, just relax yourself. Everything is all good. One of them will touch your center around your head. Take your time. You don't have to respond quickly. Just let me know when you feel something. And the woman, the space woman, can you please let her know you're there?
Yes, wow. I my head went all I was so relaxed. I just went all my head went all the way back. Um
Hmm.
that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, they're working with you.
Wow.
See, people are watching my show. You don't understand something. I'm not just a human being. I'm from the Ashtar Command. I'm from off planet. I'm here in the human form, and I do what I do is very real, folks. So if you're
Wow.
watching this, stick around and watch what I do here because I do help people unconditionally.
I just
So we're
had like
helping.
goosebumps. That was awesome. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
thank you. I needed that, I think. I needed to
Yeah,
be here
they,
for that.
yeah, they're going to work on your level of the fear level is being taken away. By the time you are done being interviewed here, you will have no more fear of the star people. The fear will be gone. You're going to be able to communicate with them on a telepathic level. So they're working on elevating your consciousness and opening up your telepathic abilities. You have telepathic abilities that
Yeah.
have been latent, and most humans do, but most humans don't realize that they are. The ability to be telepathic is something that is a part of our creation as humans, but we don't use it because we've been basically lowered in the vibrational patterns over the years on this planet, and now everything's being lifted up. And part of my mission is here on this show, when needed, to do what I'm doing right now. So what we're doing right now is the three space women, two space women, and the one male are there. They are going to set up in a non in a cloaked way. They're explaining to me they're sending up devices that will help you communicate with your space family. You will not see the devices. They will be not seen for purposes of not being detected by anyone, but they will be put around your area of your house and your property, and they will connect you with the highest vibrational levels and patterns. So your star family will be able to communicate with you as well. So the people that you're going to communicate with, your space family, they also are human, and they don't want you to be afraid. So you will not be afraid anymore. You'll be able to not be hesitant, but you also be in your state of being, which is in what we call the cosmic Christed state of consciousness. As you operate in your consciousness from the 3D consciousness to the cosmic Christ consciousness, that is where they operate from, that consciousness. That consciousness will allow you to communicate with them. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed right now. I feel amazing and loved. Thank you so, so much. I needed this.
You are blessed and you are loved.
Thank you. I feel like I had so much blockage. I knew that I'm telepathic and all these things, but, and I know all of us are, but I just had so much blockage. And I feel like this is exactly what I needed. Thank you. I've been praying for this. Thank you.
Mm. The other two space people are going to work on your neck. Both of them. One's going to touch your neck from the right and one from the left. Please relax. They're telling me they're going to touch your neck. The neck is going to be working on the cellular structure. They're going to be working on the etheric level, and they're going to work on the physical body. They're going to amp up every aspect of your cellular structure before they go. Once they're done, they will actually let you. They're going to telepathically communicate with you, one of them, and when they do that, you will hear a woman's voice speak to you. Um, and when that happens, they when they leave, they will just let you know they were there and send their love to you, my family of the Ashtar Command. I mean. So, Olivia, many blessings. I want you to say something. This is really important. This is a validation of who you are in truth. So, I want you to say, I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
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 And I am not afraid to connect with my star family.
I am not afraid to connect with my star family.
I will never be afraid ever, ever again.
I will never be afraid ever again.
There you go, sister.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming on.
No problem.
And they'll be with you for a little bit longer, but thank you for coming on. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. All right.
Olivia, everyone give a round of applause for Olivia. There's no more fear. I do what I do. I work with the Ashtar Command. I am from the Ashtar Command. I'm a talk show host. I'm not your normal UFO guy who gets on here talking about spaceships. I'm way more than that. Now you know what I do. You've watched it for the first time. I do what I do is real. No hocus pocus with anybody. I'm unconditional what I do, and I came from off planet. Let's see here. I have two potential guests, but I need to know what they want to talk about. So the two potential guests, you need to tell me a little bit about your story, because I don't just bring people up here. I want to know what you're going to talk about. That's really important. That's why I do radio for 21 years. And we appreciate all the new people. We're usually on at 11 o'clock at night, but I'm trying to get some morning shows in here during the day. And our show is really popular. It's called Encounters, of course, the most popular spiritual UFO talk show on social media, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, whatever, it doesn't matter. Computers removing us? No, that wouldn't be computers. There's no computers removing us. That would be a non-ET UFO thing. So that wouldn't be a subject we get into. I'm shy as well, but I'm a newbie at seeing so many beings lately. My eyes open up. More spirit. Let's see. Lily, and I know you're shy. Lily, we'd like to bring you on here. As I did Olivia, she was a little bit shy too. She came on. As you can see the way I treat people on here. I guarantee you'll have a great experience. I'd love to hear your story. Lily of the Valley. So Lily of the Valley, I would bring on because that is something related to this program. I would definitely bring Lily on here. So, and we're glad you found the show as a newbie. We're glad you're here. I guarantee you'll have a great experience if you do decide to come on here. Hey, Nick Knack, divine greetings to you. Hey, Taz, good morning, brother. Good to have you with us. Good to see you. My fans are a ball of red light in the mid-'80s. Interesting. Gypsy Indian Queen. Still not two. Let's see here. CC, my kids saw ETs or an ET when they were young. I had an experience when I was a little. Okay, so I want to bring you up. CC, I'd love to have you on the show. If you'll accept my request, I guarantee you, as we did with Olivia, you'll have a great experience. Next song, Alexa, next song. Alexa, next song. Okay, CC, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, and where are you located? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, great to talk to you. What's your first name?
Susan.
Susan, nice to talk to you. So I was very interested in your comment that you mentioned about your kid. Can you give us a background history of when things started and what happened?
Well, it's not a whole lot to tell except from what they told me. They were only like 4 and 5 or 3 and 5, something like that. And they were riding their bicycles down the road while I was waiting for them to come back. They'd go around this cul-de-sac and they'd come back. Well, this particular day, they both came back at the same time and they were huffing and puffing and just all out of breath because they were so excited that they'd just seen what they called an alien. And, I had my younger son draw a picture of it. I said, "Show the
Hmm.
picture and tell me what it looked like." And um, it was what you typically would see back then, or younger years. It was like a stick picture, and it was skinny body with a big head and big eyes.
Oh yeah, those would be called like we call those the zeta. They're from the zeta reticuli system to give you a little bit of information what the big-headed ones are.
Right, right. And I mean, they didn't really say a whole lot from what it's such a long time ago. It's just I think he said they were red, but
They were red. Interesting.
that's I don't know if that's still what he thinks after all this
Hmm.
time, but that's what he told me back then. Um,
Interesting. So the complexion was red. These beings were red.
yeah, that's what he said.
That's interesting.
But they both
No, I
saw it
believe it.
at the same time, which is what
Hmm.
I definitely believed them.
Hmm.
Um, and of course, when you're young, you see things when you don't as much when you're
Yeah.
older. But
And how old were your kids? Can you like were they like
they
preteen
were
or?
they were really young. They were like my younger son had that big wheel trike, so
Oh yeah.
might have
Okay.
been
Yeah.
3 or my other son was a couple of years older,
Oh,
and
I gotcha.
so he had training wheels, I think. But
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, but
And did the kids when they saw this happen, these ETs, was there any interaction? Did the ETs try to go up to your kids? What happened with that?
well, that's the part that I don't remember them saying anything about that, because
Hmm.
all they just kept telling me is what they saw, and
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot of talk about interaction. I just kept asking the
Mm.
question: was it in a tree? Was it,
Hmm.
you
Right.
know?
No, really.
But when I asked my son now, and he's 30 something years old now, he said,
Yeah,
"Well,
I was
they were
wondering about that. Yeah.
about the same size as what we are,
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so that's just what he
Now,
remembers."
your son at 33, what he does remember, did he tell you if he ever had physical interaction with these ETs, or did he just run away from them?
He just ran away.
Okay, ran away. Okay,
What I
you
think
know,
happened, yeah. Because
okay,
they were excited, though. They weren't scared. They were
they were
just
excited.
excited. Yeah.
And where they saw the ETs, were they in a wooded area in a suburban neighborhood? Where was
It
this?
was a suburban neighborhood.
Suburban neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I kept trying to think if somebody was playing a trick on them, but
Right.
yeah, I don't think so.
And
Um,
it's not unheard of that people have seen ETs in neighborhoods. It's historically over the last number of years there have been indications of that. So, but they still remember that from when they were a kid, correct?
yeah. My younger son still talks about it. Or used
Mm.
to his friends.
Yeah.
Um, but only specific ones. And my older son, unfortunately, is gone now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He can, yeah,
Mm.
um, but I had an experience when I was little, and it was something different. I was maybe 5, and I was in my bedroom, and I felt this bad feeling in my stomach, and I looked up, and there
Hmm.
was bookshelves, and there was this
Yeah.
little being standing on one of the bottom shelves, like it was almost looking like he was reading a Bible type thing. He was just
Huh.
reading something, and he was real small. But I just had this sick feeling in my stomach, and it scared me. So I put the covers over
Hmm.
my head, and then took them back off, and then it was gone. Um,
Really? That's interesting.
Something I'll never forget, because that was definitely real. It wasn't a dream or anything.
No, I believe you. That's an interesting. Well, that was obviously some sort of an ET being. That is a different one. Obviously, they come in their physical makeup could be short, could be tall, could
Yeah,
many different sizes. You know what I mean?
yeah, whatever it wasn't good. It was
Yeah. No, no,
that
that's
feeling.
not good.
Yeah.
So you've never had that experience again, correct?
No, I haven't.
Okay, good, good. I was going to say,
I mean,
if
I,
you were having those experiences, I would help you as I did Olivia. But with Olivia, it wasn't negative. It was just that she was afraid of connecting with her star family earlier, and now she's not.
yeah.
So, but if you
Well,
ever did have a problem, you would come to my show, let me know about it, and I'll send a spaceship over your location if that happens, and we'll make sure it never happens again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do
I
have a
mean,
lot of fear. I feel like I've had a black cloud over my head for
mm-hmm,
I don't know how many years now, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, I went through a
So do
lot
you
of
still,
trauma.
so do you still have a lot of fear in you?
I do.
You
Yeah.
do. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Um, how would you like to have the fear taken away?
I would love it. It would be wonderful.
Okay. Okay. So I'm actually going to do something here. I'm going to send a spaceship over your location right now. Okay. What we're going to do is deal with your fear. The commander's going to deal with it. All I'm doing is facilitating this to help you. So I
Okay.
want you to take a deep breath. I want you to breathe in about a couple of times, breathe out of your nostrils. We're going to get rid of your fear while you're on the show.
Okay.
There'll be no more fear. You don't need to live in fear. When you're done breathing, let me know, please.
Okay.
Okay. How do you feel?
Somewhat better.
Okay. You're going to feel a lot better when we're done. I'm sending a ship over your location in a nanosecond. What state are you in?
Charleston, South
Okay.
Carolina.
We're going to send 4 space people off the ship. As the area you're in is, we're going to send 4 people off the ship. Give me a moment. And I'm communicating telepathically with them. They're basically going to go break down the molecular structure of your physical environment. They're able to come right in. They're about 7-8 feet tall, which is typically normal for our space family. They are human beings, 2 men and 2 women in this group. They're part of our medical assistance team, so to speak. Unlike Earth-based doctors, they're very, very much different. I want you to relax. And the fear comes from your consciousness. They're going to work on that right now. We're going to have the man and woman come forward, please. One is going to touch your forehead, and the other one's going to touch your top of your head. So can you please let her know you're there? Top of head and the forehead area. When you feel something, let me know. Don't rush. There's no rush here. Please let her know that you're there to help her. Relax. Take a deep breath. Relax. Please let her know you're there to help her. How do you feel?
I feel something kind of like.
Yes. Yes. The woman is touching your forehead. The space person, the man, he's touching your forehead. Please clear all the energy out of fear from her physical consciousness. They're going to make sure the fear is gone forever. You are very much loved, more than you know. Lily of the Valley, come on tonight. I'll be on at 11 o'clock, Lily of the Valley. I see you. sister, come on tonight's show. I'll bring you on the air, on the program. They're taking all the fear that has been instilled in your consciousness that's been there forever. The fear is going to be gone now. You have every right to stand in your own light and not be afraid anymore. Do you understand?
Yes.
The third person, the third space person, is doing a clearing of all the rooms in your house, any residual energy from any ETs that were there without your knowing it, that left energy there. They're clearing all the energy around your house. They're doing a clean sweep, so to speak.
Okay.
You'll never have any negative things happen at all. Never. They're putting a light, an invisible dome around your location that will be a dome that only attracts the very essence of light force within your physical environment. The vibration of your home is being amped up as well. So
Okay.
everything's being amped up in your home. You're going to feel a lightness in your house, whether you be in the kitchen, the bedroom, wherever you are. You're going to feel much brighter, lighter energy.
Okay.
Do you feel that right now?
Yeah.
Yes, they're working very quickly here. As Tark Man, we don't fool around. Okay, I want to thank you again for coming here. They're going to stay with you today. When they leave, everything will be in alignment with the cosmic levels of light. But I want you to say something here, which I've done, I guess, every time before we end this particular part.
Okay.
I want you to say to yourself, and say it verbally, I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
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 I have no more fear of the future.
I have no more fear of the future.
I have no more fear at all.
I have no more fear at all.
Because I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
Because I am a Christed cosmic
being of light.
Cosmic being of light.
There you go. All right, and they're going to stay with you. 3 of them are going to be with you today. That's my gift to you. You'll have no more fear. The amplification of energy in your environment, your room, the vibrational patterns are being uplifted, and you are in a good position. Now you can work forward wherever you go in life. There'll be no fear ever again.
Thank you.
You're a blessing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. Everyone, give her applause. We love you. We appreciate you. The command loves you. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. And we're getting to the point now. It's about 10:15. For new people watching me, I do a lot of stuff on my show. I do disclosure stuff with information about what's I disclose stuff that our government's not telling you regarding contact. I bust the matrix here. I bust people's belief systems here. I challenge people's limited belief systems. I don't care who they are, who you are. If you believe in 3D stuff and you buy into that, I'm going to bust your belief system. If you stick around long enough, I'm going to bust everything you believe. I will do it. I got to get a little more apple cider here. Olivia, you heard the lightness in her voice, yes. Excuse me. This is what part of what I do in my show. I interview people about UFO sightings that they're documenting. I have people on that talk about disclosure. I do a lot of things. I'm not your typical UFO guy. I'm not. If you come here, you're going to hear a show that's out of this world. On Saturday nights, every Saturday, my friend April in Vermont and myself, we do a show called The Encounters Ashtar Command Q&A. What that is when our space family is with us. She has been on our spaceships over 32, 33 plus times. My space family, my mother, father, 2 sisters and brother are on a spaceship right now. Her family's on a spaceship, and there's going to be something happening that I will actually share with you for a lot of the new people that don't know about it. There's the command. We have a council of the Ashtar Command. The council oversees every aspect of every decision, different than Earth-based governments, very different. So the council made a decision after my friend April made a request of less than a month ago, because they want to have representation. They're going to speak before the people of Earth by taking over our TV transmitters on news stations, news media. They're going to take it over. So there was a meeting held, and my background has been media for all my life. I've done TV and radio for a good portion of my adult life. Okay. The decision was made to have me speak before the people of Earth when this broadcast happens. So I'll give you a little bit for the new people, I'm going to give you a little bit of insight here. This is all real. This is all going to happen. This is not some sci-fi movie. This is real. Hey, One Toyota. And whether you believe it or not, when you get to know me enough, you'll know that I don't care what you believe. Because if I cared what everybody believed, I'd have to change my viewpoint every time, 5 seconds. Oh, I thought that was right. Oh, now I got to change my belief system or my understanding, so to speak. No, I get everything direct. I get downloads all the time from the command. I don't read websites or people's agendas. I don't care about that stuff. What you're going to see here is the real deal. And the way I talk is because it's the way I walk. I walk and I talk in the same alignment of light. You see? I don't care what people think. The negative people, the skeptics, I throw them out the window. I don't care. They come in my energy field. Watch out. That's all I can say. So here's what's going to happen. At some point within the next year or a year and a half, there's going to be a contact made, what we call major contact. What's going to happen is, and you're not going to hear this on CNN or NBC or Good Morning America, with all their fluffy things about their steals and deals for pocketbooks and the best electronics for the summer, the best bathing suit. Who cares about that garbage, right? It's all to keep people dumbed down, kind of keep people asleep, right? So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. And whether you believe it or not doesn't matter to me. Like I said, it doesn't matter at all. Whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, it's going to happen right here in this realm. But it's not going to happen here on Earth. What's going to happen is I'll be taken on a spaceship. I'm going to be with 4 Ashtar Command people behind me. And I'm going to be, we're going to take over every major transmitter broadcast station throughout the planet. Now, for some of you, this concept might be hard to understand, but I'm telling you now because you're not going to hear it on the major networks because they're going to suppress it. They won't even know what's happening. They're actually CNN, NBC, BBC, CBC, and all these big agencies, Russia. I don't care if it's the Netherlands. I don't care if it's over in China somewhere. It doesn't matter. I want you to know that something amazing is going to happen in a positive way because contact is coming to Earth. Whether you're ready for it or not, you better get yourself together because it is coming. Forget all the scary movies about ETs you've seen over the last 70 years or whatever it is. Throw that stuff out the window. The sci-fi stuff, throw it out the window. Because the commander is telling you something important, and maybe you might need to make some notes regarding this. I'm going to be getting off of here at 10:30 this morning, but I'll be on tonight at 11 o'clock. That's my normal show. So join us at 11, anywhere in the world, we're 11 o'clock Eastern. So what's going to happen is I've been selected to be the person that's going to speak to the whole planet. I have no ego. There's no ego whatsoever. I'm doing my mission work. I don't care. I don't have a big head of ego coming here because they selected me to do this. I'm going to be the same person I am here when I'm on the spaceship. And that's partly why they selected me, because I have no ego. When I speak, I'm sure there's going to be things I'm going to be saying, just like I would say, just normally the way I broadcast on here, it'll just be a bigger form, which is the whole planet. So billions and billions of human beings are going to hear for the first time when I do get on the ship to do this, whenever this is happening, and they have me go on the ship, I will be speaking. I'll be in a spacesuit, and I will be speaking on some sort of communications device visually, and will be taking over every major broadcast system on the planet. Every major broadcast system. Hey, failed cat. So if you've not heard of me before, get used to me. Get used to this show. Yes, I do the Encounter show, and I've been involved in this subject for a long time. I'm a contactee. I have the knowledge. I have the background. I get downloads direct. I don't go on websites with other people that have agendas or whatever their ego thing is, whatever their trip is. I don't care about that. But I do care about all of you. That I care about. That's really what I care about, is the planet. What I care about is all life forms. What I care about is what we've done to try to cover up the truth. What I care about is the truth. What I care about is people knowing the truth. And by your sharing your experiences, that's how we know the truth. When people become less afraid to come forward on my show and say they've been connecting with their star family or they've been abducted, I want to hear those stories. If you have inside information that you want to come forward with top security clearance, I want to hear those stories. And I do. Hey, cultural commentator. Good to see you. Good morning. So join us tonight at 11. Once in a while, I take a night off because I need to also, for myself, regenerate my energy, because I do so many of these interviews and broadcasts and my radio show. Hey, Trance, good to see you as well. Good to see all the new people. I know there's a lot of new people here. I'm glad to meet you for the first time in the morning. I hope you're glad to meet me. Hey, Tina, thank you for heart me and all your gifting. I appreciate that very much. So we appreciate everybody here. The one thing is, even if I've never met you before, I will say I love you. And if you say, well, how can you say you love me? You don't even know who I am. Because that is who I am. Thank you for the gifts. Because I am from Ashtar Command, which is the space people that love all beings of light, love all of life forms. So how can I not love you, even if I don't know you? The whole idea is that we all must learn to love each other. You see, that's the one thing missing on Earth, is the word love each other. And if people love each other, you see, there wouldn't be any wars. There wouldn't be destruction of everything. Because the people that create these conflicts, they don't know what love is, you see. They don't know what love is. They're into their ego trip, their power trip. These people that want to control land masses and tear down trees or do what they do, they don't know what love is. They really don't. I know many of you know what love is. So let's practice love unconditionally each other. Let's love each other. Let's be the best we can be. Let's move forward in our light, and let's help each other. And because we live on Earth, the simplest things we can do. If you see a homeless person, you can help that person. Give them a sandwich. If you have a few dollars to give them a few earth-based dollars. There's so much we can do. We are the ones who need to help change our planet. When contact happens, our space family isn't going to do it all for us. I want people to know this. That's not the intention. The intention is to reunite together. They will help us, but they're not going to do it for us. You see, they're not going to feed you a spoon and you take the spoon. Here's the whole thing of food. Thank you very much. No, you have to do the work, brothers and sisters. And on this show, you'll learn a lot of stuff about all these different things. But you have to do the work. Okay. Mikkel says, let's be the change we want to see in the world. Yes, Mikkel. Absolutely correct. You know, it's just a beautiful thing. I'm very committed to what I do here on my broadcast, on my radio show, because it's really important now to let people know what's happening. That's why on my TikTok show, when I came here, I don't do these shows where people are fighting each other, thinking who's right, who's wrong, with their egos going all over the place. I'm a professional at what I do. I come from off planet. I know who I am. I don't have to seek out who I am. I already know who I am. I know I am here. Some of you know why you're here. I'm pretty sure some of you do. You know. But I love doing this show because it helps. I've helped so many people since 2023 into 2024. And I'm here not just to help people, but to expose and bust the matrix. And I always will say the word, I'm here to bust the matrix, and I will bust the matrix. I've dealt with skeptics, people that are non-believers, and I don't care. I'm going to bust their matrix because I've had more experience than they'll ever have. The only thing they got is their skepticism. So watch out, skeptics. If you come to my show, be prepared to have the commander bust your matrix. It's 10:27 in the morning here on the East Coast. This has been Encounters. We'll be on tonight at 11 p.m. Please join us 11 p.m. Eastern for another live program of Encounters. I want to thank all the new people. Please, thank you for your follow. I appreciate, again, I'm only been on for about maybe an hour, so I appreciate all the likes. We have 20.2 likes here. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. We'll see you tonight, and have a blessed day. Be well, and keep your eyes to the skies when you can.